Hello, this video is part 2 of factoring trinomials with a equal to 1. We'll be solving the problem on the right. Okay, so we know that a is equal to 1 because there is no number in front of the n. B is equal to -6 because that's the number in front of the n, and c will be the number by itself at the end, which is equal to 5. As in the example on the left, the first column is where we put the letter A. In this case, we put a 1. The middle column is where we put the value of C. In this case, is 5. And the right column is where we put 8 times C. In this case, it would be 1 times 5. Now we are trying to find two numbers that when you multiply them give you 5. And those same two numbers need to add up to B, which is -6. Okay, so let's start with 1 times 5. If I multiply those numbers, I get 5. If I add them up, I get 6. However, B is -6. Is there any way that I can change that? Well, what if I do -1 times -5? Multiplying those two numbers, negative times a negative is a positive, still gives me 5. Now, if I add them up, I will get -6. Therefore, we'll be using -1 and -5. As soon as you see that there's a negative in the right column, we will be moving that negative to the middle column. Now we'll take care of the column on the left. Which two numbers here multiply to the one above? The only way to get 1 is 1 times 1. Again, we are using only whole numbers. Now we have to multiply 1 times which number is equal to -1. So 1 times -1 is -1. Same at the bottom. 1 times which number gives me -5. -5 is the answer. Just to double check, I will make sure that these two numbers in the middle, -1 times -5 gives me 5. They do. Now I have to find the factors and write them out. This would be one factor, which I will write here. The other factor would be using the 1 and the -5, which I will write over here. Now, before I write them out, you always place a letter there. Oh, in this case, it's not an X. We are using letter N. So it's going to be N and also an N here. Now we can write them out. The factor in the orange would be 1N, or just N, minus the 1. Why a minus? Well, we have a -1 right there. For the purple one, we would have 1N. Again, 1N is equal to N, so you don't have to put the 1 in front. So going back to the purple one, 1N minus 5. Those would be the factors for the problem on the right.